Get right to it. Euphoria season 3, episode 2, guys. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D, aka Ryan 680.
I'm Angela at that Kelly Ange.
This is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. You know what to do, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for making us a part of your day. But let's get right to it. First and foremost, I do want to say this, guys. You know, we've been seeing a lot of memes, a lot of backlash on the recent episode of Euphoria season 3, episode 1. We saw a bunch of stuff, people commenting and all this good stuff. So I saw the backlash. It's out there. It's real. And yeah, let's get right to it. Obviously, you know, what do you call it? What did you think of today's episode, Angela? Or let's go to the first title, if you will. The first title of this episode is going to be America, My Dream, which premiered today on April 19th and everything. So Fiesta season's here, guys. Spurs are in the playoffs, by the way.
Fiesta weekend. Kicked off in San Antonio. Spurs are playing tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of events are happening around town. But the one on our radar is the newest episode of Euphoria. Yeah. Episode 2. I am curious to see how many episodes will be this season, but we are on our way.
Yeah, definitely.
And I really like how this episode starts off with giving us more context into the other characters we didn't see. So we see more of Maddie. We see more of Jules. We see what Rue, when she actually starts working at the club, what she goes through. So I really like how we kind of continue the story. We add more backstory to these characters. We do see more of Cassie and Nate. I think it is still, again, heavy exposition, heavy on the setting up portion of this season. Just definitely retelling the story of where are these characters now.
Exactly. Yep.
And I do think
for episode 2, I do
think that even though it may not be the most, exciting episode, it may not be the most one that's filled with action and oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Yeah, it's gonna come. Yeah, I feel like this setup, the way it's setting it up, the way the story is, you kind of see where all the pieces are kind of falling with all these characters. Yeah, I feel like whenever this blow up, this culmination happens, it's gonna be real.
No, for sure.
But I liked seeing, and my favorite part was seeing the return of Jules. I mean, I love Hunter Schafer. I really liked how we saw where she's at now. Yeah. And I liked how you say the quote unquote reunion, if you will. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but Ryan, kick us off. What were your initial thoughts? I think the story had opened up with recapping what Maddie was going through.
I mean, it's Maddie. It's the whole struggle of the fact that, you know, we get to see actually the episode started off really good. It started off at a really high note where we leave Rue in their last moment of truth, the last moment of the fact that she almost died in a way, and where, you know, we get her with this new Alamo. Which I thought was kind of funny. Anyways, remember the Alamo. Just say that. Well, we'll reference that towards the end of the spoilers, by the way, guys. We'll talk about spoilers at the end. But without mentioning spoilers yet, I gotta say though, this episode is actually not bad. It's a solid episode. It's still a setup. You were getting into this world of where exactly is Maddie? Where exactly is Jules? Where exactly is Maddie's and Cassie's relationship, if you will, at the same time too? You get it, and also we got a little insight exactly how Maddie landed in the job she's at now. I thought that was really inventive. I thought it was really good writing by Sam Levinson, because honestly, the greatest thing about Sam Levinson is that he really, really takes his time with developing characters. And we knew that from the last 2 seasons, you know? And so I still think it's a setup. We talked about off camera. We still believe it's still a setup episode, which I am 100% on board with. I really am. I mean, some key takeaways here, of course, but it's hard not to mention it without mentioning spoilers. But this is a really good episode. I mean, I can't thank Sam Levinson enough to really create this world. Again, we're going more focused in. We're getting into the microscope of things here. We're zooming in on the development of these characters, and I really did appreciate that a lot. We see Rue really finding a job at a stripper sorry, I'm spoiling it. Sorry, but finding a job. From the last trailer.
Episode. We see that she has officially started with under Alamo. She no longer works for Lori. We see, you know, her starting out at the club, getting into it, and I'm very curious to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Obviously Lori's not okay with it. We see that from last week's sneak peek.
Yeah.
But obviously Rue seems to really like it, and it is definitely a step up from being a drug mule. I'm gonna say it's definitely better.
A drug smuggler.
Drugs,
a smuggler. Mule smuggler.
So again, I love that we get to see more of Rue and where she's at.
Yeah.
You still wish good things. You see, not just where she's at now, but more recent, her times with Jules and how that worked out. Yeah. And she talks about relapsing. So I thought it was a really, really good insight into Rue's character right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's the thing too. Here's the thing. I don't think she realized the magnitude of episode 1 that we got from her was the fact that this is life. And I feel like that she takes life for granted. Mm-hmm. She really does. And I feel like that with this character, she's vulnerable at certain key points. Of course, but also at the same time, there's tension there. There really is a tension situation here. And then also we get another, it's hard not to talk about it without spoilers, but I don't want to mention too much, but really focused in on the emotional triggers here. And there are definitely a lot of them here. There's definitely a lot of emotion, a lot. Rue says, it's hard not to say it, but it's like, it's okay. It was mentioned in the last trailer, by the way, guys. So they did mention what was it? High school, right? Rue mentioned it to Maddie in high school, and I was all like,
"Oh, like, do you miss?
Do you miss high school?"
She's like, "I miss high school."
But here's the thing.
Maddie's like, "I don't."
I don't exactly. Why, Angela? Because there's so many open wounds that never got patched up that are still dealing to this day. That are still stealing emotions, and they're still just destroying lives here. And it's going to develop very, very good because we got a sneak peek on the next episode.
Because obviously Maddie's always been smart.
Yeah. Strategic, like Nate.
Strategic, yes. Yeah. You see when she first got to, out of high school and she was trying to be up and coming, you see where she's at, and you see, how smart she has, like how smart and driven she is, really. And you see where that's led her. And so I think that her next calculated move is intentional with Cassie. And I'm very curious to see what road she's going to lead Cassie down.
Exactly.
Is she still holding on to what happened in high school? Is she really
I think she is. 100% she is. There is no way. And that's the thing too, is that I really, really, I can't reiterate that enough. It's like, no, she's definitely holding that grudge and definitely holding that. She really is. I mean, you can't deny it. You really can't. But for me, I feel like the episode title does it justice. It really does, and we come into this point of addiction versus identity, where it runs into a deeper setup, right? And it comes into a more sense because we get a little bit more background of Rue's story too. Of this wasn't her only time relapsing, because in the episodes that we saw her relapse, right? And I hate to say this, but it's like a number of times. I hate saying that, but it just because I feel for Rue. I love Rue's character. I love Rue. I mean, she's whether you see it as your friend or you see Rue as a vulnerability, I feel like that everyone has unless you were at that point of your life, and kudos to you and everything, you made it out. But I feel like that we all have like an inner Rue, or it's such an invulnerable character because of the fact that she goes through so much and she just wants to feel loved in certain times. And a lot of times she doesn't have that support system. And a lot of people don't have that, because that's the thing too, that I always say, with us Mexican, we have a lot of family members, but not everyone's like that. Not every Hispanic family and not everyone has that. And I got to say this too. And I know I said it already, but Rue takes life for granted. Well, don't take family for granted either. I'll say that, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow, but not to get all deep and emotional, but I really love Rue. I love Rue. I want Rue to come out shining in this end of the season.
You just want her just to be in general, to find her place, she
whether it be at a strip club.
She seems to fall into that duty, that managerial duty pretty well. But you do hope the best for her. You do hope that her character figures it out. I know even dealing with Alamo, who's kind of a shifty, scary character, if you will.
Yeah, he is.
Even though his other manager person for the strip club is like, this best job I had. I had some shady stuff before in the past. but I'm doing this now and I love it. Special up. So
yeah, I got you.
I do want her, regardless of where she ends up after this season, to be in the best place possible. But I am curious to see if any more trouble is going to come her way.
Exactly. And we're going to find that out very, very soon. It's going to unravel. I feel like it's not even trouble for her, though. I feel like it's going to be more trouble for, well, we got a sneak peek because the end of the episode, they showed it. They showed a trailer. But here's the thing with me. Usually at the end of every episode, HBO, what are y'all doing? I want to see behind the scenes stuff. Give us that insight that y'all usually do. They haven't done it so far. We're on episode 2.
Inside the episode.
Yeah, I love watching actors and real. I mean, because they're real people, right? But I love how they like explain what they went through to these caliber, to this magnitude, because of the fact that they're like, oh, I see myself with a little Cassie, a little crazy, or like I see myself a little Maddie. Like it's so revealing. I love that, and I love their reaction whenever they get to see themselves really like just, oh yeah, I can't be a Cassie, or I can't be a Maddie, or there's so many memes out there, right? And there's so many things that we kind of just like want to admit that, oh, I would never do that. You fucking would. In certain things you would, and I just love how they get to show that. They get to show that little insight there. I just love stuff like that. But anyways, I guess let's get right to the spoilers, Angela. I guess we'll talk about spoilers. Oh, let's go to ratings before we get into spoilers. I'm sorry. Rating 1 out of 10. 10 be the highest when you give this rating.
I still would give it a solid 7 because again, I think it's a pretty good setup.
Yeah.
I agree. There's still a lot more story to be told. I do think just knowing where the characters are right now is really important. It's definitely going to circle back later on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing too crazy happens, but again, I do think that shift is going to come very soon.
It is guaranteed.
Very soon, because you kind of start seeing a little bit of creeping. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, no,
it's trouble coming. So again, it's a very solid second setup episode. So solid 7 for me.
Okay, all right. After watching it, I'm still trying to see, because obviously this is still a setup episode. Take that to consideration. It's still a good I was gonna say movie. Sorry, this is still a good episode. Like I still enjoyed it. Obviously, we're gonna talk about spoilers right now, which are nitty and gritty. But I have to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I still enjoyed this episode. This is really good. It's not really a bad thing because of the fact that this is a setup to this world again, and we got to see where Jules is at. We got to see where Maddie. We get to see everyone how they got. We're seeing the chess pieces where they're at in their positions of their lives. We're seeing that, and I love that. And I love seeing exactly more so is how they got there, what are they doing there, and we got a sense where it meant we got it from the trailer too, but like Jules is potentially a sugar baby, a sugar baby situation. Yeah, a sugar situation, a situation now. A sugar situation. Is there a saying for that? No, there's not.
No, she's just sugaring.
Sugaring.
Sugar baby.
Sugaring.
Paid for company.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good business to be in. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, she seems to enjoy it, and obviously she's found success.
Obviously, damn.
But yeah, so spoilers if you have not seen it.
We're gonna talk about it real quick.
Pause, come back, return.
Yeah.
But yes, we're gonna head into the spoilers portion of this review.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about spoilers. All right. Well, let's get right to it. First and foremost, guys, first of all, thank you so much for listening to us. This is going to be our spoilers part of the episode. So if you have not seen or heard of Rue's return into episode 2, where we left her off at with Alamo, be sure to check out our earlier review, guys. We're at the 15-minute marker. So before 15 minutes, check it out. But let's get right to it. Right from the get-go, Rue's still sober. We notice that we see her really getting rid of Tish's stuff, knowing that she did OD on fentanyl and everything.
That was sad.
It's terrible.
Removing basically all trace of her from that house.
And here's the thing. Well, where we got left off at in episode 1, what do we think? We thought that Lori, right? I think it's Lori. We thought Lori actually did it on intentionally, but come to find out, no, it was a complete fuck up. Her friend, Rue's friend, accidentally left fentanyl, did not clean the scale. And it's crazy how narcotics is so strong. That one. Yeah. It's definitely crazy to me. And I'm all like, damn, she didn't even wipe it. Then that's cost cost a girl's life and everything. OD.
Yeah, and then you get the phone call from the last teaser, next episode, sneak peek, where Alamo's on the phone. He's like, "You killed one of mine, so I'm gonna take yours. Rue works
I'm gonna
for
take
me
your
now."
bitch.
Yeah, Rue works for me now.
No, he said, "What? You killed one of my bitches? I'm gonna take one of yours."
So that's essentially how Rue.
She becomes. But it's a promotion, though.
They had already talked about it.
Yeah.
And then the stuff went down, and it was very suspicious in his mind. The cold gun situation, the scene where he's shooting the apple off her head, or the target off her head. And then now she works for him, and they're cool. Yeah, but you really see her kind of really dive in this role. She is sober. Yeah. You see her dive. She's given roles, and she seems to kind of flow well into this new, like you say, promotion, if you will. She just takes care of the girls, takes care of the customers, make sure the club runs smoothly, and it seems to be working out for her so far.
Before that though, I feel, and going back to the fact that Rue actually said it in the episode 1, she feels like, I feel God put us together. I feel like that she's having this, how you say it? Not crisis, epiphany. No, what do you call it?
Like a revelation?
Yeah, like a revelation, but like it's not I guess it's an early midlife crisis where her life hasn't been.
Like an identity crisis?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you for that. Yeah. So, and I feel like that Rue is finally seeing the light, but thinking that it was a darkness, which was Alamo. We don't know yet, though, as of right now, because so we're only in episode 2. We don't know how bad Alamo's going to get. We don't know that. But
it's a little scary.
But yeah, he is a little bit. But he appreciates her, and now she has money. She actually has money now.
Yeah, she's making money.
He is all like, take the van. Here's $300. Take care of the girls. Take care of my bitches. And that's all he wants. And it's like, damn. I mean, honestly, like, it's really a simple task to do. And also, one of the things I really did admire from Rue, and it's because that's what my job is, problem solving. That's all she kept saying.
I
she's
think
all
when
like,
she's talking with Matt, she talks about, before, I guess she just was talking about how she didn't have purpose. Now she actually does problem solving on a daily basis, working at this club.
Exactly.
And I feel like she's found purpose, if you will.
But in a weird way, right?
In a weird way. It's really weird. I think she feels useful because before when she was, being, going through her addiction, I think she felt very useless and, couldn't do anything. Now she's actually being useful to people. Yeah, no. And at the get-go, before it actually does a time back or back in time, if you will, a flashback to where we see Rue relapse again. And it's not good. It's so sad. It's a very emotional.
And we find out a little more facts as well, that she hasn't talked to her mom in 2 years. She mentioned that in this episode.
Or is it Gia too?
Oh, Gia, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, or her sister. I'm sorry. Yeah. So her and Gia, looks like they disconnected from Rue.
It's hard. It's really tough because it's really tough.
I just don't know if they really tried to put her in rehab. I don't know that. We don't know that. We don't see that from from this show. So I can't really say.
Maybe
but
we'll get more.
Maybe we will. I don't know. But if they gave up, knowing from the context that we got from the movie, oh my gosh, from this show, I'm just not a fan of them. I really am not. If they did give up that easily or whatever the case may be, but I'm not a fan of them if they did that, because Rue needed them. I mean, honestly, like it sucks. I mean, it really does. And it's just, again, it's vulnerability for Rue and everything, but I'm not saying Rue's in the right at all. She's not, but she knowingly kept doing drugs and kept knowing her addiction and knowing that she's OD'd in the past.
Is tough. Yeah. It is such a struggle. And
the hardest part is admitting it,
and making those steps forward. And you see that she's done that. She's clean now. You do, like I say, get the flashback of her relapsing a few years ago. And it's a very powerful scene. But you see how that's really changed her and shaped her to where she is today. Yeah. And I think what was really interesting, we'll touch on it a little bit more later, is one of the girls at the club kind of goes through a similar instance, and she makes a comment like, I have not been on this side of an intervention, this side of rehab.
Thank you for mentioning that. So right before, we'll touch base on one thing real quick, and then we'll go to Angela's point taken right here, key task right here, because I really love that Rue said that. The other thing I do want to say, I thought was kind of funny. Rue kept saying nostalgia. It's like nostalgia of us when she was talking to Maddie. And I was just like, Maddie she didn't like high school. I feel like that Rue just wants to go back to high school because she felt high all the time, or maybe because she was with Jules at the time.
And she even said, like, there's really no one, it hasn't been the same.
And I get that because she still loves Jules. Obviously, that we find at the end of the episode. She loves Jules. But anyways, yeah, let's go. Yeah. And we find out that the new girl, so she actually sleeps with this new stripper, by the way, and has a little car fun here. And she starts feeling not emotion, but like she feels connected to the girls because she's like, okay, she doesn't know where she's at in this new stripper joint. She doesn't know what her character is. But then you could kind of sense that time has passed, a small amount of time has passed. Now she's like, all right, girls, let's go shake those asses. Remember, she's all like, shake those asses. And she kind of feels a part of it. I feel like Alamo, I don't know. I feel like Alamo's a better boss. I really do.
I do think he is a better boss in how he treats
the girls,
his people. Yeah. But I do think he is a worse boss, and that if you do something wrong across them,
well, I don't know yet. Yeah,
hell of a lot worse than what Lori could ever dish up.
Well,
and
I don't know.
Even talk about it too, where he's like thinking over the phone call he had with Lori.
Oh, Lori called him a pig, by the way. Oh, he would never let that go.
He just will not let that comment go.
Oh my god.
So you see really how extent of like how much of a grudge he holds against people, and that kind of peeps into his like behavior of like, could this be trouble for Rue down the line? Like,
I don't
does
know.
she misstep something and she gets into really deep
I don't know,
like a point of no return with him, because he is a way scarier boss. You can obviously tell that from the first episode.
I mean, he's a bigger dude, obviously. He's stronger, obviously, and he's more crazier, maybe.
I think
in a way.
The more like he's crazier, and he has more pull and resources and money than Lori could ever imagine.
True, but at the same time, though, I feel like that he appreciates Rue more.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he treats his employees good up until if you betray
fuck him. Yeah,
fuck him.
Yeah. You fuck with him, you get the horns.
You get
the horns.
Point of no return.
The pig.
And it's like that's the scary concept. So again, I don't know if that will cause trouble down the line for Rue.
Yeah.
You see him talk on the phone, talking about how he made Lori and she wouldn't be anything. So you see like kind of a little bit of into how much pull and power he has.
Yeah.
Influence.
True.
But again, I do agree for right now that Drew's on his good side. He is a little bit better employer.
Yeah, no, he is. And even the stripper joint, Rue's appreciating having money now. Like, she's getting a lot, like and that's the thing too, is that she would smuggle drugs in her ass, literally. And it's just crazy to me. And it's so insane to me. And
she wouldn't it,
and she wouldn't get anything, like because she's still paying off her debt. So she would just do Uber, and then it's just crazy to me. And she has a self-reflection a lot in this episode, and she mentions it in one of the. That's why I love when Rue self-reflects. Like, I just love it. Like, I just, you know why? Because I see myself in Rue when I self-reflect like that. When I'm doing Ubering, I don't do Uber, but that's what she says in the episode. When I'm doing Ubering, I feel like that. Why haven't I talked to Jules? Why haven't I talked to my mom? All these unanswered questions? You question your life decisions and where your point of your life are you at? And I feel like that Rue questions herself, but with this job that she has, like you said already, she has purpose. She sees that in Alamo, but don't fucking call him a pig. This episode, we actually get a sense to where, first and foremost, Tish finds out, she's dead, right? Her best friend finds out here, that is actually at the stripper joint as well. We saw Rosalinda in here.
Rosalia.
Oh, Rosalia. I'm sorry. Yeah, Rosalia in here. She was funny. She had a bedazzled neck thing. It was fake though, because she's trying to make an insurance claim or something. It looks like, or an accidental claim.
I don't know. They don't really touch up.
Yeah.
But it's just like a funny thing where she's arguing with the other manager dude,
the stripper,
and he's like, "Take it off and go down. Hurry up." And she's
You're
like,
not taking it off.
She's like, I can't take it off. I've been ordered by the doctor or something like that. It's really funny. I love Rosalia. But again, I just you see the shenanigans that happen in the club. You see where Rue is.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say one of the things I did appreciate was Maddie's backstory. I loved seeing the return of her. You like you said, we get deep into where's she at, what's she been doing these couple years. You see how hungry and motivated she is to be successful.
She reminds me a lot of myself. Like she just go on
very
and
driven,
gets the job,
gets the job done. And then you see her almost make like a mistake that really kind of costs her. I think Rue had said, like, if she had just followed her instincts and
she'll be rich,
she would have been more successful.
Yeah, she would have been rich.
So you see, she has the smarts right away.
She has that instinct where it comes to social media and finding girls that can provide those things that she doesn't want to do, right? And be an agent for them.
Yeah, but I think it was more
everyone keeps calling it porn though. Like it's not porn, is it?
I think I think that's the gray area.
Right?
Depending on the content, because she has an eye for talent of seeing what the public wants and finding potential, and that's what she found in this one girl that she kind of helped foster and grow her audience.
And put her in the scene.
And again, I think it's a lot of gray area.
Yeah,
that's definitely controversial, and that does come to head when her current employer finds out and basically kind of forces Maddie to kind of choose. Yeah. I give almost an ultimatum of like, take care of this or you won't have a job.
I feel like that at the same time, though, it's because she strategically put that girl in front of Dylan.
It was that
Dylan,
actor,
right? Dude, that
the pretentious.
One of the things I did love about Maddie was she reminds me a lot of myself whenever she goes up to the boss that she wants to be her boss. When she first goes up to her and I just love it. She's all like, I come from immigrant family. I'm not entitled. What did she say? I'm not entitled. I'm not asking for the.
She says she's not a PR nightmare.
Yeah, not an HR nightmare.
Yeah, not an HR nightmare. Yeah. So she kind of basically says like,
I'm not gonna be a problem.
Like, I'm not gonna be a problem, and I want to work.
I want to work. I want to bust my ass. And I just pretty much like, and I love how she says, I'm not entitled. I'm not like how everyone perceives
she likes to
immigrants
work.
And everything. Work. Yeah. Like, and that's the thing too. It's like, it's in that industry, it can be an HR or PR nightmare, especially when their main focus is PR, because that's their main focus, right? They're trying to get their actors, television guy actors to movies and everything. But anyways, yeah. So Maddie's actually moving forward. Then we see Maddie and Cassie DMs Maddie here.
That was crazy.
It's not a good move, I would say, by Cassie.
No, I just kind of wonder what place made her make that jump.
I think it's because of the fact that she knows, and here's the thing. I think that two things, the reason why I think Cassie did that. One, because she still felt bad about Nate marrying her. Two, I feel like that because Maddie's in that industry.
She wanted
she needs
help. Yeah.
She needs help. And at the same time, though, I'm just like, what the fuck, Cassie? What are you doing the adult baby shit?
I mean, that dog one was kind of weird.
I mean, come on. I like some fetishes, but goddamn, that shit's just weird. Like,
I mean, to be honest, though, whenever Cassie is talking to her, I guess their neighbor friends or work friends, whatever, these other couple.
Oh, at the party,
that party. And she's like, yeah, you won't believe what people are requesting. And feet, lots of feet. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's true. People.
Oh yeah, and then Maddie even said that too, like clean feet, dirty feet, and then something else,
like kissing your feet.
Kissing your feet. There you go.
All these things, and I'm like,
who the fuck is gonna kiss my feet? Well, who the fuck cares? We'll get someone to do it. Like,
but that's the thing. Like, I think, it's crazy, but is it really crazy? Because there's always like people talking on the internet. People sell your pictures of your feet online. It's just a joke, right? A running joke. But obviously, you see Cassie starting to capitalize on some of the content that she's putting out. And
it's frowned upon, at least into the society, because I think it was a couple years ago when teachers started finding out that teachers were getting on OnlyFans, because teachers don't get paid that much. They get paid shit.
Yeah, I know.
And they got criticized for it, or like articles would come out and the teachers would get fired because I'm all like, well, they got OnlyFans, and the dads would find out, and then like I'll be like, well, what? They're subscribing on me. They're paying for it. Like,
that's interesting how they're like, how would you know that teacher?
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Hey, all I'm saying is that it's. Hey, if they want to sell their content, they can. They should be allowed to. This is America, land of opportunity. Now, if you want to say, well, you're supposed to have morals. I mean, morals or whatever, morals or whatever. I'm going to say this. Look, yes, I agree with that. But everyone's journey is different.
If that was the case, I feel like people who do bad things would not be so successful.
Yeah, exactly. Because you go to the corporate world, you're gonna have to.
You have people who make terrible decisions that affect the middleman and benefit the top percent.
Not just that, but I mean, you see even our own government do that. It's politics. Sometimes you gotta step on someone's neck in order to reach the next level of Congress.
But again, it's a whole controversy of OnlyFans, and that's really like between you and your God.
We see Cassie here switching over back to the conversation to Cassie. We see Cassie very emotionally unstable here. Mm-hmm. We see her a lot because she's seeking like approval from somebody because so I'll leave it at that. But loneliness. Definitely guilt here because of the fact that she's marrying Nate. Hints that could be more unpredictable this season because we got a little sneak peek of their wedding. Her eyes are bloodshot red. Like, oh my God.
Crying, yeah.
I don't even think she's been crying. I don't. You know what I think it is? She's holding it all in until she just can't control herself. She just fucking goes white girl crazy.
I do think the wedding, when it comes, is going to be a hit the fan kind of event. I am curious what role Maddie plays. Obviously, she's going to start planting some seeds. Again, I'm kind of curious to see if this is a very big calculated event, if she's kind of going to mess with Cassia's revenge to see if she can break down that relationship. I am curious to see how far it's going to go. But I do think that the wedding event's going to be like... crazy. Yeah, it's gonna a lot of stuff.
All
hell's gonna break loose.
Because even Jules came.
Even Jules is there.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, so Cal, we see Cal here, man.
Yes, we see Cal return with
the actor,
Eric Dane.
Eric Dane, rest in peace, brother. I was very, very intrigued and excited to know that he was casted in this season. I was curious to see how long we were going to get him. It looks like we're actually getting him pretty good amount, and I love that. I love that for one.
He's at the wedding too.
Yeah, he's at the wedding too. Next episode, we're going to see him next episode. I'm fucking excited for that one. But sticking to this second episode, we see Cal really touch base and knowing he has a good relationship. Looks like he has an okay relationship with his son so far.
It's okay.
Yeah. And we noticed that his facial, it looks like they filmed early on because we noticed as well, Eric Dane's, his facial expressions, it's like still, he still has control over it. I feel like, and because certain scenes where we see him laugh or we see him chuckle, you can tell it's kind of affecting it. I mean, obviously, that disease and everything, it's tragedy, but I just appreciate that he gave his 110%. I just, brilliant guy, and I loved his acting in here.
You kind of see where he's at too. He said he went from one of the top, was it real estate developers to basically
avoiding prison or something.
He avoided prison. He basically has no job, no money, he's broke. Kind of basically shunned, if you will.
Admitted that he had a sex addiction.
Yeah, he was he's perceived as a sex deviant now.
So he mentions to Nate that Cassie, one of his followers or one of the people that follow Cassie, mentioned to him like, hey, your son's girlfriend or your son's fiance gonna be future wife. Is a part of this OnlyFans or whatever it is. And one of the things I really did chuckle at, Angela, I know you chuckle. I know I was just like, man, I was laughing my ass off, was literally the fact that, what did Nate say? Nate said, because they were talking about having sex with guys and Cal was like, I'm not gay. And I was like, what do you mean? You had sex with guys. You fucked the guys in the asshole. He's like, that doesn't make me gay. And remember the lady, the maid.
He had said a comment like, I was a pitcher, not a catcher.
Like pitcher, not a catcher. But the lady, the cleaning lady started laughing. Like she was just like
dude, that cleaning lady's funny. Dude, I don't think she gets paid enough. She hears so much
Look
shit,
at all the stuff. She takes pictures of Cassie naked.
Yeah. And I think it's funny because Cassie has a conversation with her, like middle of like taking photo shoot, and the maid's like, oh, I come to America, this is my dream. Even if it is cleaning houses. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just love the maid, she's funny. But I agree. I think the return of Cal's gonna be very interesting, especially because I think he sees through a lot of Nate's bullshit.
And
he calls him out on like
on the money issues.
Are you
hurting for money?
He calls out the whole Cassie situation. So I think it's really interesting to see what more we get from Cal.
And then we just found out too in this episode how much Nate owes the 500,000. No, 500,000.
It's I think 100,000, and he's like, if I don't get it by next week, it'll be 600,000.
No, I think it was like 500 or 550. It was 550, and he said, give me 100,000 on Friday to grow my confidence with you. That's what he said. I don't know what Nate got himself into in that case. I really don't.
And you see him also kind of continue this facade at this party, this extravagant party that he has with, I guess, friends or colleagues.
He's trying to create, and
we see him continue to create this image. You can kind of see as he's talking to certain people, he's kind of trying to like pull a fast one, put like bullshit. Oh, so and so already donated money. And he donated how much? Oh, he donated a lot more than that. Like you see him kind of start to
strategic, very strategic, very manipulative.
See what he's doing.
Very political here. He's like running for office. It's like almost sounds very familiar here. Remind me of House of Cards, by the way. Just want to say that.
But you also see at that party too, for some reason, Cassie shows one of the wives or girlfriends of this party goer what she's been up to on OnlyFans, the content she's been creating. That's where the whole feet conversation comes into play.
Oh man!
And then you see, of course, the wife rats her out, and I mean, it's none of their business, but
I don't know why they did that.
I don't know why Cassie did that.
I don't know. I don't know why. That's the thing too. I feel like that Cassie's trying to seek approval from other women. I'm like, bitch, you're not gonna get that. Like, why? Like, if you want to do it. Enjoy it, do you? But it's like, don't expect other people to like it. You know, it's not everyone's style.
Controversial like that.
Yeah. For sure.
I do think she wants good friends like she had with. I think she does like that's why she.
But she doesn't have that. Yeah.
So again, that's partly why.
Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie. I'm sorry.
I think you see Maddie.
No, I said Maddie. That's why that she reached out, and then you do see them eventually meet at like this pool.
Yeah.
And then of course Maddie has to be like,
and then we're gonna jump over. All successful. We're gonna jump over to Rue again, and we're talking about how she's taking her friend, one of the strippers, to rehab. And Rue mentions like she's never been on that side of the like. I thought that was very self-reflection there by Rue's character development, and we get to see like, man, like at first, I thought Rue honestly thought that Alamo was gonna get rid of her. But then come to find out, Rue was like, oh, man, are you serious? Like, take her to rehab. I have a rehab connection.
I do still think that whole situation is tricky because Rue was like, is there any paperwork I need to fill out?
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, nope, you're good. Okay, well, what about this? No, nothing. You're good. Drop her off. And I'm like, ooh, that's a little sketchy. I mean, again, Alamo has some pull. I think what's also interesting about that scene is we see it where Rue is basically outside.
Yeah.
Before she takes off, you see someone is following her and watching her from across the street.
Yep.
I'm curious to see who that is.
I don't know. We'll see.
Who smokes.
Yep, we'll see. We don't know who it is. I think it might be one of Lori's. Probably Lori's.
It probably could be one of Lori's people's.
Yeah.
Following her. You see why is she following?
And then at the very end of the episode, we find out that she goes up to Jules, knowing that she's living a really good high luxury life here in the penthouse suite of this fancy hotel.
Doing the sugaring.
Yeah, doing the sugaring. Her distance from Jules though has really come about because of the fact that I think she still has so much pain there, so much pain struggles there, feeling isolated, directionless, really struggling with the identity of sobriety, if you will, like being sober, and I just feel like that. I don't know. At the very end, it ends with the episode like Jules inviting her to bathe with her and everything, and so
you see like maybe a reconnection, maybe possible.
But is that really good for Rue? Because here's the thing that's gonna happen. She already doesn't agree with her being sugar baby, right? Whatever the fuck it is. And because at the very end of the episode, she was just like, why the fuck you doing it? He's living a double life. Like she's trying to convince her. She strategically says that to try to convince Jules, like, you don't need this. But Rue's just going to get hurt again. Rue needs to understand that Jules wants this. She fucking wants this lifestyle. She wants to live like this. So she needs to understand that. Now, Rue, if she doesn't get with the program, if she doesn't understand that and wants to be a part of Jules' life, but doesn't understand that, it's gonna fuck up her life again. I think that they're gonna get into a big fight, and she might use again because of that.
For me, I want to give Jules the benefit of the doubt. I want to see that. I want to feel like she's matured since she's had time to grow.
I mean, she kind of did, but look at what the end of the episode. Look what she said. She said, "Did we ever have anything good going in this relationship?" She even said that.
Yeah, but they were in high school. They're no longer in high school. Again, I like Jules.
Yeah. I mean, I like Jules, but it's just like I don't like her character when she's with Rue.
Hopefully, there's been growth. Hopefully, they can be not as toxic. I don't know if they are endgame. I don't know if they are going to reconnect. You know, obviously, we see Jules make that offer of joining her in the bath, but we don't know where it's going to go. And obviously, we don't know how this new chick that Rue is kind of seeing is going to take that too. So there's a lot of factors into play.
I don't think it was like that though. I think it's just like an F.
She
was
kind of feisty. So
yeah, but it was just an F girl. You know, that's all it was.
We'll see. Again, I don't think it's going to be anything long term. As much as I love Jules, I love Rue. I don't see them working out long term, but we'll see. We'll see how Jules reacts to kind of as Rue continues working the club, and you know how Rue reacts to Jules being more of a sugaring situation. We'll see how that comes to fruition. Obviously, I think when they're in the wedding scene, I think they're standing next to each other. Correct? If I'm wrong?
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So obviously,
and then Maddie's there too.
They are cordial for at least a little bit. So we'll see how long that lasts, and we'll see what happens and when it all hits the fan in a few episodes, maybe.
Well, we leave Rue with a really good. We leave her with a really good, more confident Rue. We see her; she's more confident in this episode. So
because she's sober.
I mean,
and she better stay sober. I'm gonna be mad if she relapses. I'm gonna be so mad. Yeah. When she relapses, I'm gonna be mad.
I mean, yeah, and that's the thing too. She, I just don't know if she's ready for a relationship. I don't
think she is, but I do want her to find peace.
I do
want her to feel content and feel purpose. I know she's found the purpose in the club, but I do hope she finds that extending peace, that extending fulfilling content, like content with her life feeling, regardless of where it is, at the club or with something else. I will hope she still stays sober. I hope things work out for her in the end, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, and then after, Rue's narration returns in this episode, so I really did love that as well. She acknowledges that it's a dangerous phase of her life, and she talks about that, and I appreciate that, again, vulnerability here. And so, but I would even say though that I feel like that Rue is not stable yet though. Like her addiction is clinical, like it can be critical. Well, you
see her like I think when she first goes into the club and being introduced to the manager, he opens the drawer that has all the drugs.
All the drugs.
And
so
you kind of
easy.
see like her face kind of like twitch, like that twinkle in her eye returns to her. She's like, ooh. And obviously as she's working the club and has to make the customers happy.
And she mentions too relapse is the part of struggle too, And like she can take all those drugs. And that's it. She could literally just go in that drawer to take all those drugs. But knowing that, it's funny. So it's knowing that she's a drug dealer. I mean, not a drug dealer, I guess, like a drug supplier for when they're in the strip club. I thought that was very interesting. Cause like she does it in high school all over again. Damn. So that's what I'm saying. Like she's always around these things and it just never really ends well. Emotional pain is better than addiction, physical addiction. I don't know. They're both bad.
Well, hopefully my girl makes it out because I am rooting for the best of her.
The stakes are definitely higher next episode, guys. So stay tuned. I guess we'll end it like that. Obviously, we talked on a lot of key stuff here. So, this episode, I'm excited to see what's gonna come about with Rue, Cassie, Maddie. Knowing that we got this set up Nate, now we know where everyone's at. Even Cassie's mom, I forget her name, I'm sorry, but we get to see where she's at and everything. So I'm very, very excited for this season, guys. For episode 3, I'm very, very excited. And that's a wrap for this episode 2, guys, of Euphoria season 3, episode 2. As far as we know, we haven't got the green light from HBO that this is actually another season's coming about, but Sam Levinson did say that this is a good note. Like if they were deciding to end this season and end on the series, then that's it. We're done. He'll be happy. But I feel like that it's not intentionally though. That's the thing. That's not a thing, but I'll leave it at that, guys. I'm excited to see where everyone's. I'm excited for the wedding. I really am. I can't wait. Let's see if Cassie gets those $50,000 flowers. That's all I'm saying. Let's find out.
Yeah, I kind of want to see how big and grand and it's gonna be.
Right.
It's gonna hit the fan. I swear
I can't wait.
wedding, it's gonna hit the fan.
It's my cup of tea. Alrighty, guys. Well, we lost the camera. Actually died on us just right now. That we marked the episode at 45 minutes. So thank you so much for listening to us wherever you're at. And as always, I am your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Kellyanne.
Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Euphoria with us, guys, and thank you for listening to our podcast wherever you may be at. We know the struggle is real. We know everything's real, and we just want to reiterate that. And knowing that this episode is, mature audience. What was the old?
It had the mature
but
content.
What was
warning.
remember they used to do that in the beginning of every episode of something. Mature audience required or like something like that. Remember in the front of movies or TV shows.
Yeah, it was for whenever they would do like HBO.
No, but they would always say it. Remember, I forgot who used to do that. I don't remember. I'll remember next episode, guys. Well, thank you so much. Viewer audience is discretion. I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one. We'll see you at the movies. Latest.